What is up, North Nation, and the rest of you tuning in Cruiser Country? It is Thursday, November 19th. Let's get going with today's announcements. All right, so birthdays. Today it is Evan Hamilton's birthday. Evan, I hope you turn up today. Have a great birthday, my friend. Also, yearbook cover contest. So some people told me that they did not get the link that was sent out a couple days ago in their email. So I resent a new email yesterday from Final Forms. It's a different program than I sent the previous one out, which was on Blackboard. But check your email for more information about our yearbook cover contest. You probably got it from Final Forms. I think that's what shows up in your email. But if you have more questions or to make submissions for your yearbook cover contest and win a free yearbook, you can email Miss Snyder, and her email is down there. It's Mary, Mary, .Snyder@gocruisers.org. And it's also on the information sheet that you got in your email. All right, we've got a few pieces of art, a couple of them here from Brooklyn Boyce. Brooklyn, that's awesome. Great job. Also, some art from Kim Castro and Connor Murphy. Connor, I think you got your stuff mixed up there, man. You've got Mario mixed with SpongeBob. It's craziness going on there, Connor. All right. Our Domino's fundraiser, we are running this through Sunday. I think I checked earlier today and we were up at like $750 that we've made so far from the Domino's fundraiser, which is great. I think we've sold about 150 cards, somewhere around in that. So awesome job, everybody. Keep going with that. We are running that through Sunday. And of course, you can see the website right there, slicethepricecard.com/34526. Or if you just Google Slice the Price, Groveport Middle School North, it'll show up as well on Google, and you can click the link to access that. All right, we have got quite a few staff and student shout outs for today, which is awesome. It's great to see so many people doing outstanding things. I'm going to move my picture because I see I'm going to cut off some of the shout out. So Miss Donnelly, you're getting a shout out for being the best math and focus teacher from Yanila Lake. Hopefully I did not misspell your name. Good job, Miss Donnelly. Your students obviously appreciate you very much. And then Mrs. Crum said she wanted to send a shout out to all the teachers in the building who have covered her room while she's been in quarantine, especially Miss Smith and Miss Walsh, her pre-service teachers who've been helping out and doing an outstanding job. She said they've really stepped up in my physical absence. She's super grateful to have them in the room while she can't be there. Has relieved a great deal of her stress. So she thanks you. Also, we have Mr. Scuds, and these are all from Miss Healy. So Mrs. Healy coming in with a bunch of staff shout outs, and she's got quite a few student shout outs coming up as well. She wants to give a shout out to Mr. Scuds. She says, thanks for carrying her through this year of learning a new subject area. You are an amazing teacher. Mr. Scuds, you are an amazing teacher, and we are grateful to have you here at Middle School North. Also, Mrs. Sharp, thank you for helping me stay on top of things this year and understanding my challenge of teaching two subject areas. She couldn't do it without you. We have several people and students, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but we have several people who are teaching two subject areas, and some of which are teaching an area that they've never taught before, which might not sound like a big deal to you, but that's a huge challenge for people to not only have to learn a new content area, but also be able to teach it. And Mrs. Healy, you are doing a fabulous job with that, so keep it up. She also wants to shout out Mrs. McCauley and Mrs. Good. She said we all have CDA in common, and she is grateful for making new friends this year. Thank you for going through this year with me. So those are Mrs. Healy's shout outs. Thank you, Mrs. Healy, because you are awesome. All right, and we also have some student shout outs. These are from Mrs. Healy as well. Elise Brown and Lauren Dickensheets for coming in as new students to her CDA classes and working so hard to get caught up. Gabby Herbs for always coming to class with a smile on her face and a great sense of humor. That's awesome, Gabby. That is one of the best qualities to have is a sense of humor and a smile. Thank you for working so hard to make sure everything you do is quality work. Stefan Knights for always completing and excelling on every single assignment. And then for all of her students who show up to class every day and work to the best of your ability, it's not an easy year, and she is proud to have all of you in her virtual classes. She is 100% right. This is not an easy year, but we're all proud of our students who are showing up, whether you've been showing up physically or if you're showing up online, and paying attention, working hard, asking questions, being an advocate for yourself. You guys are doing a great job. We're really proud of you. Also, some more student shout outs. A shout out to Michael Hughes and Miles Robles for working hard in social studies class and doing a great job with participation. That's from Mrs. McCauley. And then she said, I would like to nominate Carol Grasty, Leah Remmer, Anthony Hall for taking ownership of their learning and setting up a Google Meet with me on Wednesday for extra help with their math assignments. I'm so proud of your hard work and questions. And I think that this one was from Mrs. Donnelly. And I think I forgot to put that on there, but I will check. And if that's not from Mrs. Donnelly, I will correct it on tomorrow's announcements. All right. We want to hear more of your student shout outs, staff shout outs, questions that you might have for Mr. Bryson or myself. I do still have more student and staff shout outs in my email that we just couldn't get to today. So we will include those on tomorrow's announcements. All right, quote for today: surround yourself with people who are only going to lift you higher. This goes along with another quote that I've heard recently, that you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So think about who you spend time with. Are those people who are going to increase your abilities in life, who are going to help you do the right things, who are going to lead you down a path that's going to take you where you ultimately want to go? Or are you spending time with people who are going to drag you down, who aren't going to make good choices, who are going to make your life a little bit more difficult in the long run? So think about who you spend your time with. Think about the 5 people that you spend the most time with, and think about if those are people that are going to help you get higher and choose your decisions that are going to lead you to happiness, or those people who are going to drag you down and make your life more difficult. I hope that you guys all have a thoroughly wonderful Thursday. And as always, it is great to be a cruiser.